My name is Alan Laws, and I'm here tonight with my colleague Karen Green. Both myself and Karen were ex-members of the Garda Reserve. I served in Kells for 4 years, and Karen served in Crumlin and Tala. We're both actually trade unionists working in the health service as well. And we're here tonight to appeal to Garda Reserves to not volunteer on the days of industrial action that their full-time colleagues are taking in 4 days in November. And the reason I'd say that is that, first of all, it's a justified strike. The young members coming into the Gardaí are paid ridiculously low wages, which they can't afford to live on. And the full-time colleagues of the GRA and all the members are taking industrial action then justifiably. Now, Garda Reserves will know, and I know from my own experience, that Garda Reserves have never fully integrated into the service. And the reason being, on their introduction back in 2006, they were introduced without the agreement of the GRA. And the reason the GRA didn't agree, it's understandable that full-time paid members would refuse to cooperate with volunteers who are working for free alongside them. Now, while it has been introduced since 2006, it hasn't really worked well. It's the full-time members always felt the Garda Reserve, the volunteers, the people working for free were a threat, and that's understandable. But the Garda Reserves now have a chance to act in solidarity with their full-time members and to act in solidarity by refusing to come in on the days of industrial action. They are volunteers, they cannot be disciplined, and that's what I'd ask you to do in solidarity with your full-time members. I would like to see a day when your volunteer work would be recognised and you would be fully integrated with the recognition of that fully volunteer work into the full-time paid service. And that can only happen with agreement of the GRA. And now I'd like to hand over to my colleague, Karen Green.
Hello, good evening. My name is Karen Green. I'm also an ex-Garda Reserve serving in Tala and Crumlin for 8 years. I'm coming at you from a slightly different angle tonight in relation to Lansdowne Road Agreement. I'm actually delighted as a trade union activist myself that the AGSI and the GRA are challenging the Lansdowne Road Agreement. This is very, very important. My own union and other unions have went along with it. They've done the bidding for the government, and this change and this challenge of the Lansdowne Road Agreement is extremely important. If they win this, it'll open up other unions and give confidence to the workers to challenge the Lansdowne Road Agreement and any future national wage agreements that come down the tracks. It's actually very hard to live in Dublin. Any new Garda coming up from the country is on a wage of 23,450, and they have to pay for rent, mortgage, bills, car, domestic bills, so it's very, very difficult. No one can really live, and they need a life as well, so it's actually not fair to expect any Garda to live on this wage. Also, it's very important to challenge this Lansdowne Road Agreement, because the Gardaí itself have no access to industrial relations mechanisms. Unlike myself, I have access to the Working Relations Commission and also the Labour Court, but unfortunately the Gardaí don't, and that's part of their claim. So I'm asking you tonight, along with my colleague Alan Laws, to not engage in any duties during these strike days in November. This is extremely important. You cannot undermine this strike. It's extremely important that you support them in any way you can. So again, any requests for station duty, traffic duty, please turn it down and support the strike. Thank you. Good night.